Welcome to the 5 Keys to Passion, where you will learn to transform negative behavior in your love life and create enriching relationships. So this is what happens when the strongest contact to Mars, which represents passion and drive, is from Neptune. So imagine you're with somebody who has a Mars-Neptune aspect. How do they act? First of all, they're really magical. They're creative, they're imaginative, socially idealistic. They're not a sort of competitive types at all. They have weaknesses. It's like maybe they drink too much or have some substance abuse, and they really have this kind of dream of some kind of magical sexual fulfillment. It's like an ideal. So the ideal is more perfect than the reality for them. So that can actually lead to sort of faking it sexually and that kind of thing. Or you have sex because you think it'll make the other person happy. And sometimes these people, Mars-Neptune people, have a reputation for being unfaithful. It depends like what generation it is, but it's like they're still longing for something, which the person in question doesn't fulfill. You don't fulfill. Women with this kind of aspect often go for men that they think they can save in some way or another. So there's a kind of thing with disappointed expectations, which is not much fun if you're relating to this person. So why do they act like that? One of the reasons is like there's a sort of over-idealization of male figures in childhood and subsequent disappointment. So they kind of get initiated, parents overshare, so they kind of get initiated into weakness. They're kind of attracted by weakness and want to help. Also, it's possible that somebody in the family life, parents, there was sort of unfaithfulness or something. So there's a kind of lack of strong will, you could say. So what do you do about this if you like the person you're with? You may feel, for example, that you're a disappointment to them. And you may also get kind of drawn into behavior which weakens you. You might start drinking too much or anything like that. You can also get the sort of feeling that they kind of weave a sort of reality which isn't really true. So, and they're also kind of evasive. They might be evasive when you try and get to the core of matters. So you've got to confront this evasion before it gets too bad, and you have to kind of lay down some rules about what's acceptable, what's not. One bottle of wine may be acceptable, two not. And also, you don't want to believe everything that you're presented with. You want to check the facts, make sure that these people know that you want a really honest relationship. But, Mars, Neptune and your partner, it brings inspiration and magic, sometimes a great spirituality, just as long as the person's moral compass is attuned. So what do you do if you have Mars, Neptune? How do you affect relationship? Well, often you'll initiate a relationship with magical expectations. You'll see the great qualities of somebody who may not possess them. You hate routine, so you want something magic and seductive. You're longing for transcendental sexual experience, which can mean when you're having sex, you fantasize about other sexual partners. There's a sort of inauthenticity about your sexual needs. What you actually need is a kind of spiritual connection. You need a spiritual connection when you have sex. It just doesn't work. Everything else doesn't work. You might try everything else, but it doesn't work. You also might judge your partner as weak or wimpy or unhappy. And the reason you might act like this is because, you experience weakness in the people that you're related to as a child, the male figures. or you felt you had to help them out in a kind of impossible situations, or there may have been some early exposure to a sexualized experience. So what do? If you're a woman, don't over-idealize the man. You just get disappointed. He's a great musician. He doesn't help in the kitchen. You have to keep your expectations realistic. Don't fake. Don't have sex when you don't want it. Don't kid yourself that the man is weak. You're very good at spotting weaknesses, or the woman. You're very good at spotting weaknesses. And if you're a man, perfect sex, it's an illusion. You can spiritualize your sex with tantra and stuff like that, but basically you shouldn't fantasize, and you shouldn't be unfaithful. It's the soul contact that you want. So when you're conscious of this kind of behavior, you can learn to transform these negative things and attain transcendency, spirituality, and meaning in your life.